was the end of 2018 when I made my Twitch channel, and I had a decent amount of people who were like inspirations to me, but I really had no idea what I wanted to do besides sit around, smoke weed, and play video games like World of Warcraft and Fallout. And I kind of floated around for a bit, meeting people, seeing what other people were doing for their stream content. I became so jealous of people that could run around and do IRL streams. But I gave up that dream, and like a year or so into being a streamer, after I realized a stream that I did at PAX East off my cell phone looked horrible. I just didn't even want to ask people who would sit in my streams to tune in to something like that, because when I looked back at the footage, I was just like, it looks bad. It looks not like something that anybody wants to watch. Why would you want to watch someone's live stream if it looks like it's super pixelated and barely legible, you know what I mean? And then the VTubing boom of 2020 happened, and I found something that kept me streaming on Twitch when I felt like giving up. So here I am, with a lot of things now that I did not have when I started. And I'm just thankful, because out of all the things that inspired me, the number one thing that has continued to inspire me is OTK. And I feel like they don't get enough credit. It started with, in the last relationship that I was in, the current person I'm dating is a streamer. The last person I dated was a streamer. And the last person I dated was super obsessed with Nick and Melina. That's how I got introduced to, like, OTK. And ultimately Asmongold. So, I didn't watch any big streamers at this point. The biggest streamers were vtubers who had, like, a few thousand viewers. That was it. That was, like, the biggest streamers that I watched. I would never watch anyone who had, like, 5K plus, because their chat would move too fast. And I was, like, one of those small community enjoyers. Like, I liked really typing in people's chats and, like, being part of Twitch. But, you know, then they slammed the platform with ads, and it makes it absolutely non-conducive to going in small streamers' chats who you're not subscribed to and enjoying their content. So before they did that, you know, that's what I was doing. Actually, collaborating and networking with other small streamers. Nowadays, unfortunately, I only ever find myself sitting in large streamers' chats who someone randomly gifts me a subscription so I don't have to sit through ads. Thanks, Twitch. You did that to yourself. I would watch Nick and Melina a lot, and the person I was in a relationship last, they would talk about how much they loved the idea of the things that Nick and Melina did. And I loved watching Nick and Melina, mainly for Melina. I loved watching her. But one thing that, like, confused me is I was just like, well, why is she on the stream if, like, she really made it seem like she just fucking hated being there more than half the time. Like, I liked her and her energy, like, half the time. But then there was, like, a large portion of time where it was just like, why are you, what, like, this stream and the things that Nick does affords y'all to live the very comfortable lifestyle. Like, have either of you ever worked a job? And if you did, like, I mean, was it for really that long? Because they'd been doing it since Melina had been, pretty young, right? You know? And I, you know, it's just like, well, it's really cute, but yeah, it felt emotionally draining sometimes watching someone who was in the situation that I wish I could have been in. I wish I could sit there and cook and have all of the really nice, technology needed for the stream setup. But I was during the pandemic, it was one of the worst times of my freaking life, and I was, like, next to homeless, basically. I definitely didn't have the luxuries that I do now have today. And fast forward, I'm in, like I said, a much nicer situation, and I see Nick is too. I'm literally sitting here watching Catchy. It's kind of funny. She's sitting here doing something that I wish that I could do. If my internet wasn't really bad right now, I literally can't stream. I can't even vtube, because the internet keeps disconnecting constantly. That's a whole other issue. But, like, anyways, you know, sitting here enjoying watching this as a girl on Twitch, let me tell you, it's just so hard finding good inspirations because they come and they go, and a lot of them aren't actually sitting around doing what I want to do. One thing that Asmin has taught me, some of the best sentence I've, like, ever heard in my life. Do not take advice from people who are not in a position that you don't wish to be in. You should take advice from people who are, like, they are able to do things that you wish you could do. And I was like, holy shit, Asmongold, you're so fucking right. I wish I could sit around and do what you do. I wish I could sit around, not clean, not have to take care of anybody, not have to do nothing, just turn on my fucking Twitch stream. I could play World of Warcraft if I wanted to, but I don't because I have better things to do. So I sit around talking to Twitch chat all day. I could play video games, but I don't. I was like, you're so fucking right. Like, I absolutely agree. You should only take advice from people who are in a position that you wish to be in. And I was just like, wow. Yeah, there's been many people that I've observed over the years as a streamer and trying to find myself and figure out what I want to do and how I can do it, going through the mountains of issues that I've dealt with. If it's not internet, then it's tech issues. Like, I've been streaming for 7 years off a goddamn laptop. A motherfucking laptop. And guess what? You know what? The laptop does me well. It's fine. It works, you know? Like, there's people who, they only have cell phones, right? Like, that's all that they have. So, at least I have this. I have a gaming PC. I just don't want to stream off the gaming PC because, like, OBS and VTube Studio and everything's on the streaming laptop, you know? It's just too much. It's too many things to do to, like, even attempt streaming everything on one PC. Screw that. Why would I do that when it's obvious the way that content creation is moving? Nick and Catchy get a lot of viewers. They are arguably, like, top content couple, okay, when they're doing things and whatever not. But, like, literally no one can sit around and play video games on Twitch anymore and have, like, a decent amount of viewers. Like, you could have decent amount of viewers compared to other people, but when you compare it to, like, what you're capable yourself, even Asmin loses more than half of his viewers when he switches over to play a video game. And that's crazy to me because it's just like, there is not a single person on Twitch that is in a position that I wish to be in right now. All I wanted when I made my Twitch channel almost 7 years ago, it's been so long. I just wanted to sit around and play World of Warcraft. Main number one priority. When I realized no one was going to watch me sit around and play World of Warcraft, I was like, okay, I'll play Fallout because that's, like, my other favorite game. I just figured that it would be better to play an online game. Like, my favorite online MMO, World of Warcraft. My favorite offline game, single player game, Fallout. So I was just like, okay, well, if I can't just, like, play World of Warcraft and people watch me, then I'll play Fallout and people watch it. This, like, not... People don't want to sit around and watch people play video games. I don't know whoever convinced me of that. But I just want to say, thank you, OTK, for helping me realize that as much as I want to sit around and play video games, I can't. Not if I really want to do something, like, in the streaming space, like, as a content creator. Like, if I want to go far, if I want to, like, make a name for myself, I can't just sit here and play video games. So thank you. I don't know. This was just me rambling. I was gonna type this out because I usually, when I make YouTube videos and I use my VTube character, I type things out and then I read them off my tablet. But I realized that it would be really freaking weird to see someone on camera reading off something. Like, I don't know how actual YouTubers do it. I don't know how the hell y'all read scripts off without it, like when I'm reading, you can tell I'm reading, and when I'm spitting shit off my dome, you can tell I'm spitting shit off my dome. So here we are. I just wanted to spit it off the dome. I just wanted to be like, you know, I should make a video thanking OTK. I love watching Emmy and Extra Emily. Oh my gosh, Extra Emily on TikTok, yo, she's been popping off ever since Streamer University. I just want to say I'm really, really loving her content. It's so cute. And yeah, Emmy is able to sit around and play video games, and jealous. Fucking outstandingly jealous. She's like one of the only girls on the platform who is able to just be herself, play video games, and, you know, I'm sure she doesn't even sit around and play what she actually wants to play. You know, I'm sure she's sitting around playing things that, like, chat wants her, you know, to play and stuff like that. Like, you know, it's not like she does whatever she wants, but she's one of the few people that's in the position that I wish I could be in, you know, and there's just not many girls. Like, we don't exist. There is not many of us at all who just want to sit around legitimately and play video games. Like, I don't find girls like me, and then other girls are like, you're such a pick-me. No, bitch, I'm not being a pick-me. Literally, there's not girls like me that exist. Like, a lot. There's a fucking few. There's like a dozen. Okay? And like half of us are on social media, and the other half probably don't want to be bothered by the world, right? So, like, that's where we're at. And yeah, I just, thank you. Thank you for helping me not feel alone. Thank you for helping me make decisions as a content creator. Thank you for steering me in the right direction. Thank you for saving me from very horrible thoughts about myself and my life, and convincing me that life is worth living in times where I felt like it wasn't. Yeah, thank you. Can I have more merch? You guys stop selling merch. Like, it's not on the website anymore. I really like it. They stopped selling it. That sucks. But anyways, thank you, OTK.